You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Martyr man arrested for lewd acts at a Trump rally blames Antifa to a puppet, based on an article by Adam Lynch. A puppet cannot launder a charge. The actual story. Martyr influencer Gian Rachtelli was charged with lewd, indecent, and obscene acts on the National Mall, according to U.S. Park Police documents and 3 witnesses. That is the core fact. Everything else in this episode is the familiar fog machine, a public act, a legal complaint, and then a reflexive pivot to Antifa, delivered through an interview with a puppet. Who has power? The people with actual institutional power in this story are not the clown car intermediaries on YouTube. It is the law enforcement apparatus that wrote the police documents, the federal authorities around the National Mall, and the Trump world institutions that made this stage possible in the first place. The setting matters. This happened at Donald Trump's Great American State Fair inside a political culture built to reward spectacle, deny consequence, and convert embarrassment into audience growth. The blame shift. Rachtelli's move is textbook martyr. When the facts are ugly, accuse an enemy with no need to prove anything. Antifa did. It is not analysis. It is an alibi designed for followers who already want one. The point is not to establish what happened. The point is to make responsibility feel diffuse, conspiratorial, and impossible to assign. That is how movement media protects its own, by treating deliberate conduct as if it were just another contested narrative. The laundering machine, the puppet interview, is not a joke layered on top of politics. It is politics. It shows how this ecosystem launders scandal through irony, performative disbelief, and audience capture. A man accused on the basis of multiple witnesses gets a platform to wave off the charges, talk about hearsay, and flow a setup theory. The form is juvenile. The function is serious. It keeps a predictable pattern intact: misconduct, denial, repeat. While the framing is weak, the source treats the episode as a bizarre entertainment item. And that is a dodge. Weird is not the point. Power is the point. The real question is why Martyr remains so committed to manufacturing cover stories for its own misconduct, while pretending its enemies are the engine of disorder. The habit is not accidental. It is a political technology. Excuse the in-group, outsource blame, and make accountability look like paranoia. The pattern. This is what authoritarian politics looks like at low altitude. Not always grand decrees. Often just shamelessness, audience manipulation, and an endless attempt to separate harm from responsibility. The more brazen the conduct, the more elaborate the deflection. Martyr does not merely normalize that cycle. It depends on it. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternate for today's article with the automated voice of LJ. Thanks for listening.